Let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah, we got to
Let's go
get
ahead
to
and
it.
move on from college basketball and let's go to football real quickly to the Kansas City
Oh
Chiefs.
yeah,
Dang, it seems like we're covering a lot of unfortunate events when it comes to the
that's the
teams that
thing.
we are rooting for because yeah, L'Jarius Sneed, man, traded to the Tennessee Titans for a 2025 third round pick and a swap for the 2024 seventh round pick. Good thing for L'Jarius Sneed though. He's getting his payday, well deserved, right? But not so good for that Kansas City Chiefs defense. Good that we was able to retain Chris Jones,
Yeah,
and get
I think
him
that
the
was the
money he
key.
deserves. I know that was a huge question mark throughout the entirety of last season. But again, just couldn't keep L'Jarius Sneed, which a lot of fans wanted. So yeah, I'll let you go. I know McDuffie has to step up now. It's all about him. Now he played really very very solid for us on defense, but again, man, the loss of L'Jarius Sneed. How are you feeling about that?
It's gonna hurt. I thought though we probably needed to trade him no matter what, just because paying him $19 million, I wouldn't have minded playing with him one more year on the franchise tag, but paying him $19 million takes away money from other places that they could go
Mm-hmm.
find, whether it's, get some better receivers, which they, kind of did with Hollywood Brown. I still
Yeah.
think they make another move or two in the draft in that department, but Hollywood Brown is a step up from where they were.
Oh
And they
yeah.
also didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was key. So it saves up some money to use in other places.
Mm-hmm.
It was the return that I wanted to see more. And
Yeah. Yeah. These
at least
picks.
the third round this year would have made me feel better. Had
Mm-hmm.
that third round would have been this year, I'd feel a lot better than it being next year.
I
And then we
agree.
only swapped the sevenths. So we're talking about basically, for as far as instant compensation, we're
Mm-hmm.
looking at just a seventh round pick higher up in the seventh round, which is the last round of the NFL draft.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Me either.
And I don't blame them though, because the fact is, I know they probably got better offers
Mm-hmm.
as far as trade capital goes.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got better assets coming to them, maybe a third rounder in the 2024 draft.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I've heard in reports, L'Jarius Sneed was given a lot of freedom in deciding where he wanted to go,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't liking the deals being offered to him from those teams that he would have gotten traded to.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't enough money. He wanted to be paid we want to be the highest paid cornerback in the National Football League. I believe he might be now with the Tennessee Titans, at least close to it, 20 million plus a year.
Oof.
I think
In
it's
that bag.
yeah,
Man.
he's getting it.
Yeah.
And I think what kept him down from getting better deals from other teams that the Chiefs probably would have jumped on and got better assets than what they got with the Titans is other reports of his knees. He's got serious knee troubles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those knee problems clearly didn't affect the Chiefs too much. When he played,
Right.
he played, he balled out, whether
Yeah,
his
yeah.
knees were bothering him or not. You couldn't really
You
tell on
couldn't
the field.
tell. You couldn't tell.
But behind the scenes, apparently a lot of talk about those knee issues happened. And I think that is really what kept the Chiefs getting
Yeah.
more in return for him. But you're right. The defense is going to miss him. There's no doubt about that.
Oof.
I think he would have been worth the $19 million to pay him on the franchise tag for one more year.
Absolutely.
But I also understand going and getting assets for the future. And Brett Veach knows what he's doing. I'm never going to doubt Brett Veach again, to be honest. I don't think you really can.
Mm-mm.
And I do think Chris Jones was the right move. Getting him in here, I mean, he's an elite defensive lineman. Those are hard to find.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna miss Sneed. I think he was a great player. I think a little different too than a lot of the flashy, or I shouldn't say flashy, but elite corners in the league. He's more humble than some of the others, like a Jalen Ramsey, or Chiefs fans know him well, Marcus Peters. Sneed is a cool, down to earth guy.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna miss him in Kansas City.
Cool, down to earth without sacrificing his competitive edge.
Oh man,
is what I noticed
whew.
too.
He knows how to get out there and play.
Yeah.
And the toughness, because if he's
tough,
if he's having those knee issues, he's clearly a tough player. Because it did not deter him from making huge plays. He was a key in winning this back-to-back Super Bowl. And I'm gonna, I still think the Chiefs without him can go get a three-peat, but I'm going to miss the fact he's not going to be able to put that third ring on his finger.
Right.
Because I believe he wasn't on this team for the first one in 2020. I don't believe he was on the team for that.
No, he wasn't just on that, after that. Yep. Two-time champ.
Two-time champ. That's still huge, and I do believe Trent McDuffie's going to be a stud. He's showed it. He already's proven it. I think.
Have a great year.
Yeah, and then eventually we'll have to pay him. Hopefully, I think he's the guy probably to give a long-term contract as long as he can stay healthy, and he continues to progress because he's a stud. And Jalen Watson, a guy behind them, I think was the third corner behind those two. He's a solid player too. So go find another guy in the draft somewhere, and we'll be just fine. And then you still got defensive backs like Eric Reed back there.
Yeah,
who's a stud. And Drew Tranquill's coming back. The defense is still going to be really solid, I think.
Yeah,
Nick Bolton.
We say we'll still retain some solid players defensively. And look, it sounded like from what I'm hearing from you, in Veach we trust and in Spags we trust, right? So we're gonna,
absolutely.
So yeah, of course, hurts losing L'Jarius Sneed. Wishing him the best as he takes that championship experience he's gotten with Kansas City to Tennessee. But also we can't wish him too much of the best, because we're Chiefs fans and we want to see us experience that three-peat, which we all know Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs have their eyes on. So
they're capable.
Yeah, hurts, but again, wishing you all the best, L'Jarius Sneed.